He beefed with Critical, then lost 99% of his audience by SunnyV2. Man, I feel like over the past month, I've seen so many scenarios of MoistCr1tikal getting into beefs with people that I didn't even know about, bruh. I've said y'all before, when you come for the king, you better not miss, dog. When you beef with MoistCr1tikal, you better not lose the beef. Otherwise, you're cooked. So we're about to go ahead and check out and see who this is that SunnyV2 is talking about. Without further ado, let's get it.
Def Noodles, 500,000
Def Noodles.
subscribers, but
I've heard of him.
A few hundred views per video. The total collapse of his channel had been building for months beforehand, although the final nail in the coffin was an ill-fated beef with
I don't know what he does, but I've heard of him.
He also covered news and drama, although with one major difference.
Okay.
Each creator's level of integrity. While Critical only covers topics that he's qualified to speak on, Def Noodles began to wreck his image by covering anything and everything with a sloppy, embarrassing, complete lack of research. For example, when James Charles was being accused of grooming, a comedy TikToker named Sammy Sens posted an obviously fake James Charles chat log, captioned with the hashtags funny and meme, making it obvious that the screenshot was an edited joke. Well, Def Noodles rushed to his Twitter writing, "Who could have seen this coming?"
Wow, yeah, bro. So he was a commentary channel, put out news updates about, you know, big YouTubers and stuff, big content creators in general. But he was one of those ones that as soon as he's seen something, instead of trying to verify whether or not it was true, waiting around doing research, he immediately just brought it to the forefront. Like, yo, just this just in. James Charles is doing this. Get him. He's guilty. Like, come on, bro. You can't do that, fam. Even if you want to immediately put out news updates like, yo, this is what we're hearing, you have to at least make it a point to be like, yo, this is just what we're hearing. There's no confirmation that this is true. I'm just letting y'all know what's going around right now. You can do that. And even that is like questionable. But like, to just straight up bring out some shit. And now we all know James Charles was actually guilty of some shit at the end of the day. But you can't just say it without proof, bro. You can't just say it without proof.
Exposed by 14-year-old boy, apparently not even looking at the screenshot's original date, when James Charles would have still been a minor himself. To make Def Noodles' obvious lack of research worse, he'd then promote a second, even faker screenshot.
Wow.
Responding in the most immature way. He'd state this page is satirical, meaning it's not meant to be taken seriously. Tone is overly serious because it's meant to be satirical.
Are you talking about your own page? Because that is such a cop-out, bro. Ain't no damn satirical. You're not satirically spreading news updates about people being up to some nefarious deeds. That's not a joke, fam. There's a lot of things you could joke. You could joke about anything. Don't get it twisted. I'm one of the people that believes you can joke about anything. I'm even into some levels of dark humor. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, I have an open sense of humor. But bro, you're not joking when you do shit like this, dog. You trying to save face, and it ain't gonna work.
The way I present things is so serious. That's what's supposed to be the satire.
Nah, fam.
However, this move backfired terribly, as Keemstar would give
Keemstar
fake satire. Def Noodles has allegedly groomed girls from ages 12 to 15.
Wow.
With YouTuber source, victims are scared of him and wish to stay anonymous but may come forward.
I hate that shit.
Def Noodles has declined to give us a comment on these allegations made against him.
I hate that shit, bro. Like, don't fucking say some shit about me and then say, well, the victims they want to remain anonymous, but they said they'll come forward soon. No. And remain anonymous. If you gonna fucking blame me of a crime, motherfucker, say something. I understand there's reasons why motherfuckers wouldn't want to, but nah, man, because people believe shit like that nowadays. But Keemstar is a fucking troll for this.
With Def Noodles then responding to the
fucking Keemstar,
another terrible
he is a small part of every major content creator's downfall that had one.
And to hold him accountable for knowingly making false accusations.
And summarized by a comment reading, he's been spiraling since the Keemstar lawsuit announcement. This is where Def Noodles' life completely fell apart. Because despite suing Keemstar for falsely tweeting about him being a pedo, Def Noodles went on to do this to another YouTuber, Papagut, while adding
I know Papagut. I used to watch him a lot.
Looks mad suspicious. When people called Def Noodles out for doing the same thing he was suing Keemstar for, Def Noodles claimed he hadn't wronged Papagut in any way because 1. My bio says comedian. 2.
Oh
since
my
2019,
gosh.
I've said I covered news as a joke and wasn't meant to be taken seriously. And 3. Saying someone looks like a pedo isn't an accusation, especially when they objectively look like a pedo.
First of all, those are just funny looking pictures. I will say Papagut doesn't look like, I know what he means. There's like how do you look like a pedo? There's like a stereotypical appearance that a lot of them have. Papagut doesn't look like that. I will say that. So come on, man. Now, if you're just roasting them, you're allowed to say whatever you want to say for the sake of your roast. But don't try to act like you're joking, fam. This is the problem. This is the problem. Like right here. Like at least be genuine with it, bruh. Like at least be forthcoming. Like, yo, I'm being for real with this. Like I said what I said. What you gonna do about it? That's the kind of energy I would have. If I'm gonna say something about you, bruh, I'm gonna stand on it. He's saying shit and then not standing on it. He backing up off of it. That's what people don't like it, bro. No integrity.
As a result, Papagut broke down live on stream.
Oh, he did?
A joke to you. It's a game to you. This isn't a game to me, Dennis. This is so real to me.
After which Def Noodles took a screenshot of Papagut.
Oh my
and
gosh.
turned it into a piece of his own merch.
Probably bought a
Comments
shirt.
such as the fact that Def is making fun of him for this is crazy showed the audience was losing respect for Def Noodles.
Papagut's funny dude, man.
Platform is going away because you're unjustifiably targeting me.
Which began to show in Def Noodles' following, as for the first time ever, he began to lose subscribers.
Yeah, Papagut's a good dude, man. From what I've seen, I don't really watch him as much anymore because it started to seem like most of his content was political based, and it's like y'all know I don't give a damn about politics like at all. So once he started talking about like mostly political based things, I kind of like tune the hell out. But a lot of his content was funny though, back when I was watching him.
Although rather than recalibrating and letting his reputation heal, he'd almost instantly jump into another controversy that would ultimately end everything. A beef with Penguin Zero.
My apology,
In addition to
okay.
reporting the news, Def Noodles had made the claim that he was apparently a professional comedian. He'd state, "I have a background in comedy. I trained literally for years as an improviser. I've performed in basically every major theater and comedy venue in New York and LA.
Oh, okay.
Every stand-up place, every place that you can think of and you can find on Google, I have performed there," which Def Noodles went on to prove by showing an awkward, unfunny clip of him performing live.
And I was gonna say too, a lot of big comedians will say, you are not officially a comedian unless you've stepped on that stage. I don't care what you've done. If you have not stepped on the stage, you cannot in good conscience call yourself a comedian. We won't allow it. But at the same time, there's a lot of people like content creators that have been making jokes and doing things for the sake of comedy for so long on YouTube or like just on the internet in general that they do indeed consider themselves comedians. They're like, yo, I've never stepped on a stage, but like this is my stage. Like I make jokes and shit on YouTube for a living and it's very successful. So I consider myself a comedian. Now, there's a difference between just being a content creator who makes jokes sometimes and being a content creator whose content is jokes. You feel me? Like, I don't know. But what y'all think about that, bro? My voice cracked a little bit. Ignore that. What y'all think about that? Do you think you gotta actually step on a stage to be a comedian, like the actual legitimate comedians say? Or do you think that you could be considered a comedian if you make a living off of jokes on the internet for long enough?
Yeah, I got boy problems.
Def Noodles clearly couldn't see that he wasn't as good as he thought. However, this didn't stop him from opening his own 50-person comedy club, christening the venue with an event called Super Roast Battle. It ran for an hour and a half and was streamed to a live audience on both Twitch and YouTube, leaving no space for mercy.
I heard about this event.
And a total failure the event would certainly be.
I heard about it.
The first 20
I didn't know anything about it, but I heard.
Waiting, and it's therefore no surprise they weren't exactly hyped when Def Noodles finally started the show.
All right, LA, are you ready?
Whoa.
Ready?
Yeah.
I don't know about this. I don't think we're gonna do the show anymore. This crowd's like they're all asleep.
These 24 silent minutes were spent setting up the unprepared lighting and sound, which clearly hadn't been checked or rehearsed.
Hey, Steven, turn on the lights. No, wrong lights. That's the house lights. Almost there. Wrong lights. So the lights are actually right here. I think I'm
Hello.
There we go.
And see, the wrong lights bit could be funny, but it seems like it lasted too long. They dragged
You
it.
look like you woke up in a dumpster.
Probably. You're like my cousin if you were a girl.
Thank you. I bet you cried when you got those tattoos.
I did.
Oh, that was a better joke.
Def Noodles spent the hour telling the worst jokes the world
That's
had
trash.
ever heard, in the process picking up a
You're like my cousin if she was a girl. What?
said by one of the roasters.
Oh,
It
damn.
was so heavily criticized by the internet.
Oh, is that why it was
This guy's
viral?
just something else. I cannot believe what I just witnessed. I think I'm still trying to recover from it. This was honestly one of the more embarrassing things I've ever seen.
Def Noodles convinced himself the show was successful since it started a trend on Twitter, although it seemed this attitude changed completely when Penguin Zero uploaded I've never seen something this horrible.
This was a complete
fucking disaster. On a level
I'm about to go back and watch this video right here.
Fire Festival,
Like,
but
to
it
myself.
actually happened and was worse than anyone could have imagined.
Critical
it's probably
gave
on
a
stream.
different take on why the show was a total failure.
I watched the
Nobody
stream clip.
knew each other. Literally nobody. So all they can do is roast each other's
Oh.
appearance because they don't know them.
Before offering a couple roasts of his own.
Like, this is what happens at like a middle school lunch table. It's like that episode of SpongeBob. Hey, so what's up with salt shakers?
Oh my god.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
However, Def Noodles couldn't handle his basic criticism, as he'd respond with his
SpongeBob
own
is
video
forever
titled,
quotable.
"My apology to MoistCr1tikal for first Super Roast Battles."
Oh?
Def Noodles spent the video sarcastically pretending he wasn't hurt.
Greatest crime that I committed was to have caused the great MoistCr1tikal to cringe. Would like to extend my sincerest apologies for causing you to cringe while watching my roast battle. I am sitting here ludicrously buckling to my knees, self-deprecatingly acquiescing to the oh-so-great MoistCr1tikal.
Joking he deserved the highest form of punishment for his failed comedy show.
Not only should I have been arrested and sent to the gulags, but I should have also been forced to live the rest of my miserable existence being waterboarded while Baby Shark plays on loop at max volume.
He probably felt like, yo, this MoistCr1tikal. I gotta respond with something.
Electrocute the tip of my penis.
Because people are gonna see
In the
it.
6 hours that followed,
This wasn't
Def
it,
Noodles
bro.
received a 90% dislike ratio, a loss of 3,000 subscribers,
Ooh.
and thousands of comments completely and utterly wrecking him. This is obviously trying to be ironic, but the layers of actual self-pity and insecurity make this very hard to watch. You can tell Charlie hurt his feelings. This is cringier than the roast battle itself, so much that Critical came back to spank him again.
Ooh.
This is going to be me talking about his response video, which I think is a very important lesson in how not to handle controversy.
However, the most notable announcement for the previous two videos was that Def Noodles had doubled down by scheduling another roast battle,
The only way
my
for me to make
gosh.
this situation
No.
right again is to produce another roast.
which somehow became
No.
even worse than the first one.
Alright, so Def Noodles hosted another one of his roast battles, and he somehow outdid himself.
It was bad again.
I've never seen anything like this.
Because rather than casting a bunch of local comics, Def Noodles chose to invite his mortal enemy Salvo Pancakes, who filled the
Oh, wow.
audience with his fans who were there to cause some chaos. The
Damn.
audience sat there waiting even longer than the first battle.
Oh.
When Def Noodles finally walked out from the back, his roasts were physical rather than verbal.
Oh, what the hell?
After shoving Salvo Pancakes, he'd get his revenge by walking through the crowd and onto the stage, signing his own Salvo Pancakes posters, completely disrupting the show.
Wow.
The perfect chance for Def Noodles to roast his enemy, although in true Def Noodles
The
fashion,
man was
he
signing
went
posters and handing them out.
material and would instead get roasted by Salvo.
If we were here, there'd be nobody in the crowd.
After
Damn.
having a drink thrown on him,
Oh.
Salvo was forced out of the show by security, with the second Super Roast Battles.
Bitches love throwing drinks on
giving
niggas.
Penguin Zero a
Like, bitch, fuck
fresh
outta here.
video.
At first, I thought this was staged because it looks like something straight out of the WWE. I was half expecting Stone Cold Steve Austin to come out with a beer and a chair and hit Def Noodles in the back with it.
With comments such as, "I like how Charlie has had this same format and style for years and is still funnier than Def Noodles would ever
Facts.
be." Def Noodles' image was dying.
Don't fix what ain't broken.
Passing hour. The headshot came with Penguin Zero's fourth Def Noodles video, totaling over 10 million views worth of Def Noodles criticism.
Eating off his
which could have
motherfucking
easily
ass.
been avoided by ignoring Critical's first video.
Yeah.
When combined with all of his
Didn't say
previous
nothing.
controversy, Def Noodles' monthly viewership went from 4 million to 400,000.
Damn.
Despite already losing
Yeah, I still take
90%
that.
of his fan base,
But
he
that is
somehow
pain, though.
still had further to fall. His news-related content became low-effort challenge videos, while an
Damn.
attempt to pivot to interviews also failed to make it.
Nah, you try to slide up out of there.
After the
No.
roast battle incident, every video was still getting at least 50% dislikes and a bunch of comments along the lines of 1.5k views in 15 hours is crazy, but it's mind-blowing when you realize realize Dennis has over 500k subs. Who's watching these videos? Lining up interviews for
hey man, it be like that sometimes.
Wasn't exactly worth it, so he'd instead fall in love with his own failure by uploading a video titled Unsubscribe Challenge.
Head
Challenge
ass.
everybody who's watching this video and is subscribed to this channel to unsubscribe. I want to see if we can break the record for being the most unsubscribed channel in the history of this platform.
This would mark the first of many insane Def Noodles ramblings.
Head
including
ass.
I'm fat, I'm a loser, and of course the Unsubscribe Challenge Part 2.
You know, I don't ask for much in life. One of those things would be for you to unsubscribe right now.
Which many of his audience were happy to oblige. Over on Reddit, OKP compiled 20 different videos, which failed to achieve a single view despite being hours old. While a different user questioned if Def Noodles had the least watched channel.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Ironically, Def Noodles has since tried to mirror Penguin Zero by launching Def Noodles New, and while some of his takes are surprisingly well put, his thumbnail game and more notably his reputation are still in need of some serious work.
Damn. So the man started out by ruining his integrity by claiming that all his news videos are fake and satirical and don't really mean anything, not supposed to be taken serious, despite covering serious topics and making serious accusations. Then he came with the boy and he proceeded to get tore the hell down. Made them 2 comedy roasts. They were absolutely awful. Now he out here with over 500,000 subscribers, struggling to crack a couple thousand views. Hey man, that shit is tough, bruh. That shit is tough. Your views are never really gonna match your subscriber count unless you're like one of those big YouTubers where it does. Like if you're Mr. Beast or some shit, you know, Mr. Beast, he gets videos that get higher than his subscriber count sometimes, despite how many subscribers he has, which is crazy. But yeah, man, that's what happens sometimes, bro. That's just something you gotta deal with. Like I said before, they said that if you getting 10% of your, like 10% of your subscriber count, so if you got 500,000, what was it? What would that be? 50K? As long as you're getting 50K views in every video, then you're doing all right. 10% of views to subscribers is considered successful on YouTube, I guess. That's what they say. So, I don't know. He's way below that, obviously. And yeah, shit's crazy, man. Don't do that next time. Let this be a lesson for anybody else want to do news channels, bro. If you can see some news come out and you know it's going to be viral, at least take the time to research and make sure it's true first, baby. Or if you're going to put out the information, at least make it clear that I'm just putting out rumors. Then none of this is verified or confirmed right now. I'm just letting y'all know what I've seen. I will update y'all accordingly when I find out more information. That's all you got to do. But you putting it out like it's just gospel right now. That's your problem. You shouldn't have did that. Hey, Def Noodles, hold that L, bro. Thank y'all for watching this video, man. Make sure y'all show a lot of love to the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit me up down in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about the video or if you have other suggestions. And until next time, I'm up out of this thing. This your boy Dairu signing out. Hey.